What's going on, everybody? Well, we're back. Took some time off. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all live in Texas, which I'm sure part of the people that are watching this are or do live in Texas, but it's been hot. So kind of took some time off from doing car stuff, mainly just been fishing and working. So the last video I released was, I believe, the Del Sol braking. So when I made the pass, I ended up breaking fourth gear. I parked the car, haven't touched it since. So I ordered some parts. Brian Spiker from TransLab and Jeff Owen from GearX hooked me up with a gear set that they think would be good for my power range. So I got a gear set, a final drive. What else did I get? Synchros, a PPG transfer case, gear set, and that's probably about it. Oh, and a cuff. But, so, which means we have to pull the transmission now. And it's still hot. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's not as hot. It's super humid out here right now, though. But I wanted to get an early start, see if I can't get this thing out, and then maybe tonight we'll build it. Just kind of play it by ear. Really depends on just how I'm feeling. I need to get that motivation up. About to go get me a Red Bull. Anyways, so let's move the car out, get it jacked up, and start working on it. Alright, so if you are new to the channel, this is my 1995 Honda Del Sol. It is a K24 turbo all-wheel drive. And if you haven't seen the previous videos, you should go back and watch them. They get increasingly better. I was getting better and less boring at these videos. But yeah, so far, within, car's only been 6 passes. It broke on the 6th pass, but on the 4th pass, 5th pass or something like that, the car went 994, but only at like 142 because it had problems on the top end. So it still has yet to make a full hit, but I'm hoping to change that soon. Once we get this trans in here, hopefully we don't have to worry about braking, maybe at least for a little while, and get some hits. We got some events coming up, import face-off in Houston. So let's see, pop the hood real quick. One thing that does suck, I pulled the intake off of this thing. It didn't have a filter. Yeah, I know, but the compressor wheel got a little nicked up, but maybe one day we'll send it back off to comp, have them replace the compressor wheel. I need a bigger exhaust housing on that thing too before we start running into back pressure problems. It currently has a 82 exhaust housing on it. I would like to put a 106 on it. But, all right, I'm gonna set up the camera and start getting after it. So, pulled the axles out of this and intermediate shaft and everything. So, it's one step, and I don't know if you can see my face or the way my face looks right now, but it is so humid out here, and it's only 9 something. This is ridiculous. It's gonna be a long day. All right, so just an update so far. We got the axles pulled, as you saw. Just pulled the turbo kit off. So all we got left is unhooking the drive shaft and
Turn it full.
All right.
Let me think about this.
Today, Junior?
need to drain the fluid out of it. And I guess drop it. Gonna have to find a way to suspend the motor because 2 of the mounts are on the transmission, so maybe we can use the rear T-bracket to suspend the motor up. I don't know. We'll wing it. So this is where we're at. Just need to pull off the T-bracket. And then I got the shifter cables off. Yeah, not much left. I have this thing pulled out. All right, so I went ahead and stopped. Weather's not looking too awesome out here now. Getting pretty dark, and I don't want to take a chance on this thing getting rained on and me getting rained on while I'm in the middle of working on it. So I went ahead and picked everything up. Got the turbo kit off. So I guess just gonna finish it later, depending on what the weather does. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. Weather permitting and motivation permitting, as always. All right, so got the trans out. We're able to suspend the motor by that rear T-bracket there. Have the drive shaft held up by bungees. I already tried it once and it fell off, but I redid it, so hopefully it holds it. I guess we'll find out, but we're gonna lug this heavy bastard in the house and go back to the trans table and start busting it apart. All right, so we manhandled the trans in here. This is all the goodies that are going into it. We got a full Gear X, their drag race kit. What is it actually called? Yeah, their quartermaster kit. So apparently they have new ratios, first gear, straight cut. So should work out pretty good. Shout out to Brian Spiker and Jeff Owen. Also got the PPG transfer case gear set, and then got a 5th gear cuff, and I'm going to be running a 6th gear out of a Z3 trans. So basically it won't have 5th gear, so that way we can run the cuff, and then I'll put a 6th gear in it so that way we can cruise on the highway, because this is a street car still. So I'm gonna start pulling this thing apart. I don't know that I'll film everything because I got 2 videos already with pulling trans apart, but I'll show the damage and stuff like that, and finished product, yada, yada, yada. So let's see if we can hear this. So right there, it stopped. Oh, it stopped right there. So we'll pull it apart and see. So right off the bat, pulled the T-case out. Get some shrapnel here. Yep, there we go. See if we can rotate this guy over. Make sure the final drive and the T-case gears are all good. Yeah, it feels like it's just the gears. It won't let me turn it no more by hand, so we'll pull it apart. It looks like the T-case is all good. Not that it matters because we're gonna change this gear out. Looks like we can just zip this off and change it out. This is the bad mamma jamma that's going on there to replace it. I always forget where my lens is, so apologize for that. Hell yeah.
One eternity later.
All right, so short story time. Well, the last bit of footage you've seen was like probably like a month ago. Ran into some problems with the transmission, kind of in over my head with the new gear sets. First aftermarket gear set I've ever had, with all the measuring and everything that goes into putting that together. I felt real uncomfortable, you know, just out of my element a little bit. So I reached out, and a friend of mine, Aaron Boone, helped me out and was able to get me all fixed up on that. In the midst of waiting for that, I ended up getting COVID. That put me out about 2 weeks. That whole situation sucked. It also put me in a financial bind. Stuff like that. Regardless, now we're back to work. Finally get the car back together. I got the trans back with all the new Gear X gears, the Quartermaster kit, the PPG transfer case gear set. The transfer case is another thing. So my brother Nick surprised me with a Drag Cartel billet casing. Well, when we went to change everything over, had a bunch of problems. Yet again, you know, nothing goes smooth with this car. I don't know why. So I ended up taking that case to my buddy Aaron as well. We're actually supposed to be going tomorrow to try to work that out. So today I'm going to be putting the trans back in the car, and hopefully getting everything buttoned up, so that way all I need is a transfer case, bolt the transfer case on, put oil in the trans, car should be ready. There's a few other things I need to work on. We have 1 week until Baytown IFO, and that is what I'm trying to make. And it always seems to come down to the wire, so who knows? For all I know, I could be working on this thing the day before competition. Also, we've acquired some new equipment. I don't know if you see this blue F-250. But we bought an F-250 to start pulling a trailer. We actually bought a trailer just last weekend. Me and Nick went to Houston and bought a 36-foot double car trailer. So, and it's an open trailer, it's not enclosed or anything. Nothing super fancy, but it's still pretty nice. And it's gonna be nice to have for sure. Maiden voyage for that, other than when we brought it back from Houston, is gonna be going to IFO. So we're not gonna have any time to, you know, make test hits or anything. I doubt we're gonna make it this week, you know, to do so. If I can, I will, and I'll take y'all along for the ride and stuff. So, but anyways, so I'm gonna get to work and try to get this thing done. Probably just set up the time lapse, because y'all, I mean, at this point, y'all seen us pull like 4 fucking transmissions, so it has to get boring. So let's get started. All right, so quick update. Got the trans in, got the turbo kit back on. I just need to do like a little bit of random stuff, and it's pretty much done. I need to put the axles in too. So once I get the axles in, might be able to move it. Worked on the transfer case yesterday. Kind of work. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make the race this weekend with the Del Sol. I want things to be done right, so I don't have to worry about it later. And I don't know. Maybe don't mind all the crap. Maybe we'll take the green car. So the green car is H22 on spray, but it needs some work. And that means I would have to spend all week working on that thing. So I got some decisions to make. Still want to take Nick's car, and I don't know. A lot of stuff in the air right now. I mean, just like every other time, comes down to the wire. So, I mean, wouldn't be exciting if it didn't. Wouldn't be racing if it didn't. Wouldn't be IFO if it didn't come down to the last day. I think as long as I've been racing is how it's been. Just how it works. So, gonna get the axles and everything into this pile. so I can put it back on the ground, really. I need to put the transfer case in it so I can put the drive shaft up, do a drive shaft safety loop, and blah, 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 blah. Always something. Enough complaining. We'll get back at it. We gonna run it? What, are you silly? I'm still gonna send it. Okay, so axles are in, everything's done. This piece of shit, other than the transfer case, is ready to go. Kind of got burnt out, and then Nick and Amanda showed up and started making me work on it and do things. So now we're gonna work on the F-250. Since we're pulling a big ass trailer, this is the hitch that comes stock on this thing. It's a class 3/4, and it looks pretty weak compared to this Kurt, fucking almost said stage 5, but class 5. This thing is beef, and it's all welded, super nice. But we're about to put this thing on. Nick put bags on it, if you can see those in there. So we already tested them out, and they're nothing super fancy. Eventually we're gonna get the button and everything in the compressor, but right now it's just got a little straighter on the back. So we're gonna get this thing mounted up, and I think that's all we're gonna probably do for today. I'm still undecided what I'm gonna do for the transfer case, but I don't know, we'll see. So this has been my dilemma. This is the billet transfer case housing that Nick bought, dry cartel, and then I got the PPG transfer case gear. Other than that, it's all stock. The high point gears are stock and everything like that. I'm not experienced when it comes to stuff like this, so took it to a friend that's got a little bit more experience, and we kind of looked it over. Still, you know, we weren't very confident in it, and that's where my dilemma lies. Is, you know, like now it doesn't lock up, but I don't think it's shimmed properly and stuff, so I don't want to put 700, 800 horsepower down to this thing and it, you know, explode. Which the only thing that's really going to break is the inside high point gears. But I'm afraid, like, if that breaks, you know, like the yoke messes up and it tears all this up, like I'm afraid of damaging a $900 housing. So, and it would just suck. So, but I am gonna put it in for now because I actually have a fellow buddy who passed away last week, and his service is tomorrow, and a few people are taking their cars, so I want to take mine. So I'm gonna put it in, put it on stand, roll it, see if it makes any ungodly noise or anything, and if not, I think I'm gonna drive it tomorrow to the service. It's my better judgment. I'm gonna put this thing in. Nick's forcing me to do it. Ain't it right?
Yeah, do it, pussy.
Ow, pinch my finger. Oh, she look purty. Get out of here. Yes.
Make the rest of the transmission look like this.
Yeah. Bolts.
Take a picture of you screwing in one of the bolts with your fingers crossed. Post it up.
What? I'm videoing right now, so. Are these bolts all the same? I believe so. Let's put the ugly one up top so you can't see it. I'm gonna put this beaten battered thing up. This thing's been dragging the ground. Possibly. Okay, I'm a little alarmed. There's something dripping down my face, and I don't think I'm sweating. Okay. Ain't she pretty? Talking to myself. Keep it cleaned up for all the people that won't see it. Please don't break. Anyways, so now we gotta put fluid in the trans, and then I guess I gotta put a battery in this thing still. Gotta put the new battery in again. Fluid in trans. Jack up the rear end, start it, let it run. I don't know how much gas is in this thing. Hey, today's flavor is Pennzoil Synchronicity. I'm watching too much Flash Grip. So yeah, I'm not a huge Pennzoil fan. Pennzoil fan. But we have been using the Synchro Mesh for years, so I don't know what everybody else uses. That's what we use. I think I had royal purple in this before, but we all know what happened with that.
It's all the same. Probably not.
Probably from, yeah, probably not. Jesus, this thing is on there. Can you put this thing on an impact? Shoo! Oh, I can't do that. It's on there.
It's 17.
Oh, you got your long thing, huh? Well, I'm definitely not putting that in the fucking video. God damn.
We didn't want anybody else to get in there and fill it.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't want nobody else's oil in here. All right. See if I can get you in here. See what I'm doing. So, trying to get into this fill plug down here. That thing was on there, Jack. So, had to use the long wrench there to break it loose, and you heard that snap.
Cupcake got a new Twinkie coming out next month.
But, so I'm gonna stick funnel with a hose, fill her on up until she starts pouring out. All right, so Nick needed a battery after my car broke, so he pretty much inherited mine. So for that car, so I went and bought another one the other day. When we bought the hitch for the tow rig. The F is that? Styrofoam? Weird. Okay. And then same battery, nothing different. Always bothers me when people can't put stickers on right. Even when I do it. Alright, let's get this thing in. Guess there's nothing to do but to do it. Got the battery in. Checked to make sure it had oil. I went through a mental checklist. I'm nervous. Something's gonna break. Alright. Let me know what the fuel pressure says. Don't fall off the jacks. She's motor like Kitten. Meow.
She sounds happy.
Alright, so I'm gonna run through the gears. See how it does. It works. Think. Alright, so went and drove the car around the block. This shifter and cables is the cheap, version, knockoff version. It's always been real notchy. Kind of is notchy, but maybe everything will kind of work its way in, like once I start shifting it more. But I drove around the block, everything seems to be doing okay. Transfer case seems to be doing okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna wash it tonight or if I'm gonna wash it tomorrow after I get off work before the funeral. But I'm still gonna drive it. So I don't know about going to IFO this weekend. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. Guess I'll update y'all if we went to IFO or what's going on.